Okay, so this question here, it is a continuation of our question above here, about the number of passengers on a bus, but it doesn't actually need anything that we have been given so far. Okay, so it's kind of a standalone, little question in that sense. It says the delay in minutes by buses reaching their final destination, in the city was also recorded. The buses delayed between 0 and 40 minutes are shown on the histogram above. Okay, use the information to complete the table below. So, we need to just read how many minutes they were delayed, how many buses there are. So they actually done 2 of them for us. But remember, when they fill in the table for us, it's always handy for us to check, is that what I would have filled in as well? Because then it kind of gives us more confidence in the method that we are about to follow. Okay, so between 0 and 8 minutes, so between here and here, okay, we see that we are at 10. So they filled in 10 for us, so that's perfect. Okay, between 8 and 16 then, it is 8. And between 16 and 24, so from here to here, we are at 4. Between 24 and 32 here, okay, we are at a line that is halfway between 2 and 4. Okay, it is 3. And then between 32 and 40, we are at 2. Okay, it says the estimated mean delay of the buses is 18 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, why does it say estimated? Okay, it's because we're using mid-interval values. Okay, so we don't know the exact amount of minutes that those 10 buses were delayed between 0 and 8 minutes. We just know it's somewhere between 0 and 8. Okay, so that's why they're saying they estimated a mean. Okay, it's 18 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, all of these are talked about in terms of minutes, okay, not minutes and seconds. So straight away, the first thing that I'm going to write down for myself, okay, when it's saying 18 minutes, 30 seconds, okay, I'm going to write down that that's 18 and a half, 18.5 minutes. Okay, so straight away there, I'm now on the correct units for what the question has been talking about. Now it says use mid-interval values to find the value of y in the table above. Okay, so we are looking at a mean. Okay, they want us to basically find the mean so that we can find y. Okay, using our mid-interval values. What are my mid-interval values? They are the values in the middle of these intervals. Okay, the interval of 0 to 8, what value is halfway between? What value is halfway between 8 and 16? Okay, so it's literally the middle of those intervals. Okay, so my mid-interval values here, between 0 and 8 is 4, between 8 and 16, so 12, 16 and 24, so 20. Okay, do check these each time. Don't just notice, oh, it's 4 more than the smaller one, okay? The intervals could change. So here, all the intervals are having a value of 8 between them. But there are questions where, let's say it was like 0 to 8, 8 to 16, and then 16 to 20, okay? And there are mid-interval values. Okay, yes, 4, 12. And then here, it's 18 because they've changed the intervals to being smaller. Okay, so do watch out. Don't just say, oh, well, it's 4 more than the smaller amount. Okay, it has to be halfway every single time. It just so happens here that all the intervals do have a value of 8 between them. Okay, so it is always 4 more than the smaller. Okay, those are my mid-interval values. So I have to use my mid-interval values to get the mean. So what that means is when I'm getting a mean, I'm adding them all together and I'm dividing by the amount that I added together. Okay, we done mid-interval values to get means before in these frequency tables. We looked at the idea of, okay, so this is 4. So I'm assuming that all 10 of these buses took 4 minutes. Okay, which means I need to add 4, 4, 4, 4 together 10 times. Okay, so instead of writing down that I am looking at adding 4 together 10 times, I'm going to use some multiplication. Okay, so my multiplication is basically going to tell me that that number 4 is being counted for 10 times. Okay, so I have now counted for that 4 10 times, so I've counted for 10 of those buses. Okay, the number 12, likewise, okay, was 8 times. Okay, so I have now counted for another 8 buses. I have the number 20, 4 times. Okay. I have 28, counted for 3 times. I have 28, 3 times, 36. Ooh. Yeah, 36. 2 times. And 44 y times. Okay, now they should all be on the numerator. So I ran out of space there. Okay, so 2 and then the other ones from the bottom. Okay, so my total number of buses is here on this second row. Okay, so another 2 and another y there. Okay, I know that when I calculate out that mean, I know what I'm going to get it equal to. Okay, I know the mean. They gave it to me. It's 18.5 minutes. Okay, so I can add that in here now into this equation. Okay, when I calculate all that out, I'm going to get 18.5 minutes. Okay, so let's simplify the top line. 4 by 10 plus 12 by 8 plus 20 by 4 plus 28 by 3 plus 36 by 2 plus, and then this is an unlike term, so I won't be able to do it. Okay, so let's simplify that out so that we get 372. Okay, and I still have then my 44 times y that I can't add on. And then on the bottom line, likewise, okay, I can add all my constants together to give me 27. And the y won't add on. Okay, so this is all equal to 18.5. And they have asked me now to find the value of y. So I have come up with a fraction for what y is. Okay, or for with y in it. Okay, I need to figure out what y is. So straight away, what's the most confusing thing that we're not used to seeing here? Well, it's probably the fact that I have a fraction. Okay, how do I get rid of a fraction? You multiply by the denominator. Okay, so let's multiply across here by 27 plus y. Okay, now it means I have to multiply the right hand side by 27 plus y as well. Okay, but it means now that I don't have fractions. Okay, I'm left with 372 plus 44y is, and then I have to do out that multiplication, so get your calculator. 18.5 times 27. Okay, so 499.5 plus 18.5y. Okay, now you can kind of see how we can get y very easily. Okay, just get all your y terms on one side, all your constant terms on the other. Now, if you want, you can get rid of the 0.5s by multiplying across by 2 and multiply this side across by 2, okay? And they're not really bothering me here, okay? It's a 0.5, like I know how to work with 0.5s. So I'm actually just going to not worry too much about them, and I'm just going to move all my y terms to the left, okay? So I need to get rid of this 18.5 y term on the right. So I'm going to subtract 18.5 y. Okay, what do I subtract that from on the left? I'm subtracting it from the other y terms. Okay, so I'm just subtracting it from the full left-hand side, but I know that if I subtract it from the full left-hand side there, it's going to subtract from the like term, the y term. Okay, and then this 372, I need to get rid of on the left. So I'm going to minus 372. Okay, so I'm going to minus that from its like term on the right, so minus 372. Okay, so 44y minus 18.5y is 25.5y. Okay, and that's going to be equal to 499.5 minus 372, so 127.5. Okay, now we need y by itself on the left-hand side. So I need to get rid of the 22.5 that's multiplying it. So I'm going to divide across by the 25.5. Okay, and I'm going to get that y is equal to then 5. Okay, they gave me a little hint in my question because they said that y should be a natural number. Okay, it makes sense because I can't have a half bus or a negative amount of buses. Okay, so I am expecting it to be a positive whole number, but it's always nice to just check that at the end. Okay, if I had gotten something like 4.5 and I forgot that I couldn't have 4.5 buses, okay, that little piece of information there would have given me a hint that I had done something wrong. Okay, it's always key to then go back and check, have I fully read the question? Okay, yes, I've included every part, including this. Okay, part 3, use your value of y to complete the histogram above. Now, thing about this is, it's at the very bottom, there's no space underneath it. Okay, it's very easy to go past it, to move past it and not even think about it. Okay, we do want to make sure that we get this. It's nice and easy. It does use the value of y that you've found here. Okay, so maybe if you couldn't do part 2, it could be worth just taking some random guess at what y could be. Okay, and literally just writing this box, let's say y is equal to 4. Okay, at least then you have something that you can complete the histogram above with. Okay, we know that we found y is 5. So I need to fill this in up to y is 5. Now, it's a histogram, okay? It's a type of diagram here. So you should be using pencil, okay? You also should be using your ruler here, okay? We need to go up as far as 5. So halfway between 4 and 6 is this grey line here. Okay, so there is where I'm going up to. Sorry, that's not pencil, this is. Okay, so up till that point there. Okay, I didn't really get that in the correct place. I don't want it to look like I think that I need space between those. Okay, so I'm going to try that again, up until 5. Okay, so I'm using my ruler to make sure that my lines are straight, to make sure that it's at that level 5. Okay, and to make sure that it is stopping here. Okay, it's not getting coloured out here. Okay, it's stopping there. Okay, complete the histogram above. These are shaded. Okay, so just in case, very unlikely that they would say this. Okay, but just in case, by completing it, it means that this has to be shaded. Just give it a very quick shading in there. Okay.